Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a perfect dough for your quiche. First thing first, you need all the ingredients to be cold, so go ahead and place your flour, salt, and the other ingredients to the fridge for about 5 minutes. If you are doing this recipe in the winter and if you live in a cold place, you can skip this step. Add 1/4 teaspoon of salt to 250 grams or 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Give it a whisk, then add 130 grams or 9 tablespoons of cold butter. Make sure to coat each piece of butter with flour, then take each piece and crush it between your fingertips. I'm showing you a close-up here so you can see, but once you get a hint of it, use both hands to move faster. The idea here is to coat the butter piece with flour, so even after you crush them between your fingertip, put them back in the flour to get coated again. This dough is called pate sable in French, which translates to sandy dough in English. It should look like sand when you're done crumbling all the butter. Unlike American dough, which keeps big pieces of butter for a flaky texture. So this dough should be fine and sandy. You can also use a food processor if you have one, but it's not necessary. Now that the butter is incorporated, we'll add an egg yolk. Another tip here is to add cold water using a tablespoon. The flour absorbs liquid differently depending on the brand, the time of the year, and temperature in your kitchen. You want the dough to be soft but not too soft. If you're using a food processor, you want to stop the machine after adding 4 tablespoons of water and check it by hand. The other tip here is if you used your hand to incorporate the butter, you might have left some big pieces. So to fix this, you will need to crush the edges of the dough on the work surface with the palm of your hand. If you used a food processor, you can skip this step. Once the dough is ready, wrap it in a plastic wrap and place it in the fridge for a couple of minutes to cool down slightly. Most recipes will ask you to chill the dough for 20 minutes at this stage, but we are not doing it this way. I prefer to chill the dough once it's in the quiche pan. The purpose of letting the dough rest is to reduce the gluten so it doesn't shrink while baking. But if you cool it, then roll it again, you will activate the gluten again. So I prefer to let it rest than just take it from the fridge straight to the oven. Once you place the dough into the quiche pan, make sure to press it into the sides to get that nice looking edge. But if you don't have a special quiche container, any pie dish will do. I personally like to work with the quiche pan because it's easy to remove the bottom. I will leave a link in the description box for the one I'm using if you want to check it out. Next, use a fork to make some holes in the bottom and sides of the dough, then place it back in the fridge for 30 minutes. After that, line it with parchment paper and add some weight before baking. This will ensure the dough to stay in place while baking. Cut off any excess parchment paper to prevent burning. Bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Then remove the weight and bake for an additional 10 minutes. Your crust is now ready. Here is a tip to easily remove the quiche from the pan. Place a bowl upside down and use it as a leverage. Voila! If you want to learn how to make my famous chicken and spinach quiche, stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a recipe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.
Yesterday